It's the Linemakers on Sporting News.
Hey folks, the Linemakers on Sporting News here in Las Vegas. Brian Blessing with Micah Roberts. Everybody's gotten their 2 cents in on what happened with the travesty in Seattle on Monday Night Football. Forget 2 cents. We want to talk millions of dollars that changed hands as a result of the poor officiating.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of misinformation out there on what was handled in Las Vegas, in Nevada as a whole, what was win and lost, the money that went from losing and the transfer over to winning in the books. It was a good decision for the House, but it wasn't as big as a lot of people reported. I mean, we're looking at about a changeover, a difference of maybe $2 to $4 million, which isn't the 15 to 20 million that we've seen written and reported out there. So when you hear reports, somebody like a Danny Sheridan, very well respected, USA Today, been reading him my whole life, the odds was great for him to have, but it's not $1 billion in total changeover, certainly not in Nevada, and certainly not the rest of the world. And obviously it makes good print, it's good fodder for people to talk about, lead stories on the ESPN News, but it's just not the truth. It's very sensationalized. And to make a point about Danny Sheridan, 500,000 to 1 odds on the Denver Broncos 1983. I asked my dad to place $5 on it. He went around. There was not a book that Danny Sheridan worked in where I could get those odds, so we weren't going to be millionaires off that bet.
75% of the tickets written on the game were on the Green Bay Packers, but what we do for you here on Sporting News on a weekly basis, it's about the money. It was a pretty even split. A lot of bettors bet the Packers, but there was a lot of two-way action here.
Yeah, and when you factor in the parlays, the 2-team parlays, a lot of people had the Packers to the over. They also had the Seahawks to the over. So a lot of the local books, the biggest decision was actually if the game went over. Now you've got a 14-12 game. It goes under. The books pretty much do well on either side winning. It wasn't a lot of people that had a lot of risk out there with the Seattle Seahawks winning and the Packers losing.
Micah, that's outstanding information, and we have an outstanding article that really documents all the money that changed hands after that travesty on Monday Night Football. Don't forget the trickle-down effect of this. It could impact the Green Bay Packers at the end of the year. It could be the difference between home field advantage, playing at Lambeau, or going on the road. Could ultimately make a difference. Who plays in the Super Bowl? How about season win totals? How would you like to have a ticket in the LVH Super Contest worth $1 million, and you come up 1 win short and you had the Green Bay Packers? I'll tell you, I took 10 years off my dog's life when that game ended. They cowered under the table. They finally came out on Tuesday morning. You know what? The bottom line is, my dogs did nothing wrong. It's the NFL replacement officials that should be in the doghouse.